So ladies and gents, today we are looking at the Senlac, a Tier 8 British premium light tank. And I know what you're thinking, if it's anything like the Tech Tree versions, then why should I bother with this vehicle? Well, hopefully this video will help you make up your mind. Now, it's currently in the premium shop in 3 different packages. The first one being the tank itself with 100% crew and a rental code. Now in English money it's £21.44. The ultimate package is the tank, 100% crew, a garage slot, 6,750 gold, 15 missions of times 5 EXP for each victory, 30 personal reserves at 200% crew XP for 2 hours, and 2 rental codes for the vehicle. And then there's a rather expensive Supreme package at £85.55, which gives you the tank, a garage slot, 16,500 gold, 30 days of premium, 30 missions at times 5 EXP for each victory, 50 personal reserves at 300% crew EXP for 2 hours, coated optics, vert stabs, medium caliber tank gun rammer, 25 large repair kits, 25 large first aid kits, 25 automatic fire extinguishers, and 3 rental codes. Now, how does it compare to other Tier 8 premium light tanks? Well, what I've brought up is the Senlac compared to the EBR, the LT432, the 4190GF, the Hawk, the M41D, the T92 and the ELC Even 90. Now, where does it compare better to any of those? 10 degrees of gun depression. Now that is really decent, to be fair. It's alright. It's good on the ridge lines and it really does what it needs to do, especially when you think its average damage is 180 hit points per shot. Average. I've had some low as 120, but I've had some at like 210. It does fire 11.14 rounds per minute and it's got a reload time of 5.38. Now, that's not the best, but it isn't the worst. And you can get it to about 4.8 seconds with a decent crew. Obviously, the T92 does fire the fastest at 4.31. The aiming time isn't bad at 1.73, obviously, with the EBR being 1.15, but that's with its loading and aiming system that it's got on it. And it's got a decent hit point pool of 1,050. No point in looking at the armour of it because it's a light tank, it doesn't really have any, and so far I have found that you're either going to lose your commander or you're going to lose your driver whenever you get shot, and that's happened to be many times. So it's sort of bottom to mid-end in compared to the other premium vehicles so far. And that's pretty much the same for all the rest of the stats. However, it does have a base view range of 400 meters, which is pretty good. Obviously the Hawk is at 410, but 400 base view range, that's pretty good. Now, it's also not the slowest, but it isn't the fastest. It's got a top speed of 65 kilometers an hour, and in reverse, it does 23 kilometers an hour. So it's a bit of a muchness when it comes to being a premium light tank, but it's obviously on the British tech line, and it's a little bit interesting compared to the Tech Tree tanks in how good it should be. Should a premium tank be as good as the Tech Tree tank? Should it be worse? Should it be better, considering you're actually paying money towards these things? But let's have a look. So as you can see here, I brought up the LHMTV and also the Tier 9 GSOR to compare them. Now obviously the damage per shot is lower, with the Senlac being 180, the LHMTV being 230 and the GSOR being 240. However, the rate of fire, rounds per minute, 11 rounds per minute for the Senlac and then 6 for the Tech Tree tanks. So it's the reload time being a lot quicker as well. And also gun traverse speed at 47.98 degrees a second is better than the Tech Tree tanks. It's got the same gun depression of 10 degrees. The aiming time is significantly better than the Tech Tree tanks. And the average damage per minute is more than, or thereabouts, 500 hit points a minute better. And then you look at the engine power. 710 horsepower compared to the 160 at the Tier 8 and the 265 at the Tier 9. Not only that, the view range. Again, with its base view range of 400 meters compared to the 380 at the Tier 8 and the 390 of the Tier 9. So in my opinion, the Tier 8 premium British light tank is far superior than the British Tech Tree light tanks. Now granted, that doesn't take much doing because the Tech Tree British light tanks are shocking. However, premium vehicle in the British light tanks is better. But enough about that. Let's have a look how it actually performs in battle. Hang on. Just 1 minute. This is normally the point where I would show you a battle or two about the game, but it appears I have overlooked something. Now, got to ask the question, why would you sell a tank in the premium shop that is better than the tech tree versions at tier 8, and I would even say tier 9? There's got to be a reason behind it. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist or something else, and I'm sure there are other reviews that may or may not say the same thing. However, it seems a little bit, I wouldn't say suspicious, it just seems a little bit odd that there's a premium vehicle for sale better than the tech tree tanks. Now, we know that the British light tanks are not very good, and we know they're not very good, but the Senlac is a good tank. There's no two ways about it. So why do we think that is? And I think there can only be one real reason. You want to play a British light tank, but you don't want to play the tech tree tanks because they are keck. They are absolute pants. However, the Senlac is a good tank. So it's got to be down to a little bit of money. It's a great way to generate some income because you want to play a British tank, you want to play a British light tank, and the Senlac outperforms the tech tree tanks. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is only my opinion, and so be it, but I think that that is the reason, or one of the reasons behind it, because it's going to generate some income. Now, I don't normally speak out, but this is what I feel. It will generate income because it is better than the tech tree tanks. Yes, it's going to train your crews for your British light tanks, but I guarantee that once you play the Senlac and you're playing British light tanks, you won't play the tech tree tanks, you'll play this one. So well done to them for a good sales marketing tool, let's call it that. Anyway, back to the gameplay. Lucky me, I get top tier on the north base on Prokhorovka. However, there are 4 lights on both teams, so the spotting bushes at the start of the game are going to be of paramount. So obviously I am going to push to the 1-2 line and see if I can get any early spots at all. I've got a T50-2 and a whole host of other allied tanks supporting me. The SP-1C has gone to the centre of the map and the Type 64 has gone across to the top. Now the AMD-178B is over on the left and the T50-2 has pushed forward, but I'm not going to fire at anything because I'm sat in the bush slightly back from where the T50-2 has gone. Now, because he's moving around, yeah, he has been hit, and I've only got a little bit of spotting at the moment because it looks like the T50 itself has got most of the spotting that's been seen, and I'm not going to move from this bush for now because the 1375 is still patrolling and will spot me. However, this has annoyed me a little bit. The T50-2 has got into the same bush as me and is actually firing. So you may or may not see in chat that I'm going to ask him politely if he wants to get me shot. Because with him firing, he's going to lose his camo value straight away, and if he gets spotted he will get shot. Now there are Arty on the team, and if he is spotted they will shoot him, but fortunately he didn't move when he was spotted. Now I'm going to sit here and target anything that comes up. I've respotted the GF and I also spotted the Saint Emil, so I'm up to 507 spotting damage already. Type 64 I have spotted, and watch this, and there he goes, just like that, 580. Bosh, he is gone. However, I am still not going to move because those light tanks on the enemy team on the mid-ridge can still spot me if I move. So I'm waiting for an opportune moment to move up to the next bush. However, the 1375 has come across. I'm asking him to be targeted, although that isn't my spot at the moment. Even though I'm on 1087 assistance damage, I'm still not going to move just because I don't want to get hit. There's that Saint Emil again. I'm asking for him to get whacked, and as soon as I ask for it, enemy fire comes in. Enemy fire? No. Allied fire comes in and takes him down. So I'm up to 1587 assistance. Now I think I've seen the 1375 is over there. He's not going to spot me if I move, so I move up to the next bush. I've got so much support behind me. I know that anything I now spot will just get focused and obliterated. I look at the minimap and I see the T44 and the T25-2 are pushing past me, so that is going to lose my spotting damage. There's highly potential that anything that gets spotted now will be by those tanks, and even the heavy tank 6 is pushing forward, so I need to think about moving on to get my assistance damage. So I move on, and at the same time all the other tanks push forward, so I go to the next bush, and the T44 is asking for help. He is going, but I want to get these spots. I want to get this assistance damage out as much as I can, so I try and get past the T44. I spot the T3485M, put a shot into him for 183. That was nice. And there's the Saint Emile. Put another one into him for 168, and I'll just keep going. We are 6-2 up. Now I spot the Hummel. It'd be nice for him to go. Put another one into him. Yes, I am auto aiming, but so be it. And everything is just getting whacked as I drive past it. Another auto aim, but I bounce him. The T25-2 on the enemy team has missed me. He can't turn his turret round enough. Another one into him for 166. And as I'm driving past them, they are just getting absolutely mortified, absolutely mullered. So that got that little run there with all my support has now put me up to 3,078 assistance damage, plus 863 damage I've done myself, which I'll do on my light tank. It's nice, it's very, very pleasant. Now I can push forwards and see what else I can spot. I'm looking for the Arty. Well, there he is. There's the Lorraine. I'll aim in on him and just totally miss that shot. It's gone on it anywhere. So I'll try and lead him a bit better, and I put one into him, and he's taken out by the T44 as well. There's only 3 tanks left. And I also spot the Jagdpanzer 4. And I track him. Great shot there. Well done. It was an amazing shot, so I'll just wait again. 198. Nice roll there. And we'll see if we can put another one into him. 209. The rolls are getting higher. And there he's gone. 3,472. Oho left. And a Progetto 46 left. That run absolutely sped the game up like you would not believe. It was so nice. I've even got 1,459 damage as well myself. So I'm really happy with the way that's working. Yeah, it's tier 6. But you've still got to do what a light tank does. Get around, get the information for your team to shoot things. It's not so much about getting the damage. That was a bit of a late auto aim shot on the Oho. But now I'm trying to find this Progetto. So I'm pushing on forwards, and there's a tree just falling down in front of me. So I spot him and he spots me at the same time. So I put a lower one into 160. And I'm auto aiming him, go around him, 1 for 177. And the reload again is just less than 5 seconds, 186 into him, and I want to get this final bit of damage, otherwise I'd have got the mission bun. Unfortunately, I didn't get the 2,000 damage I needed, but there's the game, 15-3. Let's have a look at the stats. So as you can see, the battle was obviously a victory, and I secured the ace tanker. Now, I don't normally put an ace tanker replay in, especially if I have had the vehicle prior to it going on sale, but this battle was actually recorded once the vehicle had been on sale, so that's one of the reasons why I've put the ace tanker out of it, because normally I won't put them out because there aren't so many of the vehicles on the server. However, the Senlac was for sale when I made this video. I also got a spotter and a fire for effect. I also got the patrol duty and the Confederate. Now, based on the fact that I've got a number of reserved and I've added the manageable bonus on as well, I grossed 159,521 credits, 14,287 experience, and 4 bonds. Now let's have a look a bit more into this. I was second on damage with 1,982, but props to the T44. He had 2,241 damage and 5 kills. Now that was because he was pretty much following me around a lot of the time and taking the shots on the vehicles that I'd spotted. But if you look, my base experience was 1,214. So what we'll do now is we'll delve a bit more into the detailed stats. I fired 15 shots, I hit 13, and I penned 11. There were some interesting shots where the shell went surprisingly out of my aiming reticle or aiming circle, and obviously I auto-aimed a couple that didn't hit. Well, they hit, but they didn't pen, and then there was that wasted shot on the dead Oho. Of my total damage of 1,982, I only did 596 from a distance of more than 300 meters. I received 2 hits and both of those penned. Not surprisingly, it's a light tank. I spotted 8 vehicles, but the damage caused with my assistance, 3,595 assistance, whether that be the tracking shot or the spotting. Now that run down the 1-2 line certainly helped with that, and it really did speed the game up. If I was running a standard account, I would have grossed 73,014 credits. That is nice, but obviously I'm running a premium account, so my gross profit without any of the reserves or the missions on was 109,521 credits. Very nice indeed. Obviously, I got 50,000 for doing some mission in the game, and the repairs and the resupply only came to just short of 8,000 credits. So with the standard account, my net profit was 115,108. However, with the premium, it's 151,615. I got the 4 bonds for the Confederate and patrol duty. And if we look at my base experience, this is where I got the ace tanker from. It was 1,214. With the premium, 1,821. I also got 5,000 EXP for a mission within the game, plus the bonus for the premium vehicle of 182. This is all premium, which is where the 14,287 total experience came from. Now, what do I think of the tank? The tank itself is particularly good. Yeah, it's a premium light tank, so you're going to get the increase in revenue, you're going to get the increase in EXP, but is it worth it? There are quite a few premium light tanks in the premium shop better than the Senlac. However, the Senlac is a fun tank to play when you get it going. The 10 degrees of gun depression and the 400 base view range really do help. Obviously, with the Hawk with the 410, that's a better base view range. However, the 400 base view range really does help. In other games, in some tier 9 and even up against tier 10, I have had some funny bounces off the front of it, and there are quite a few times the tracks have absorbed enemy fire, which it does help you. You have bounced some shots when you don't think you're going to. However, going back to the fact that it's better than the tech tree tanks. It's if you want it as a crew trainer and you want to specifically play British light tanks and you've got the money to do it, then the Senlac is a fun tank to play, and it's your money, then buy it. Like I say, there are other premium light tanks out there that are better without a shadow of a doubt. However, this one is different, being that it's British and it's new, but the only thing is, like I say, it's better than the tech tree tanks. Now, I said earlier that I think it's a good way of generating income for said company that this video game is made by. But again, it's entirely up to you whether you buy it or not. Obviously, I have had other games in it where it doesn't work, when you get the YOLO wheeled tanks come and take you out, and the next thing you know, you're totally focused out. But to be honest, I really enjoy playing it. I don't enjoy playing the tech tree tanks. I don't enjoy playing the British tech tree tanks at all. However, I did enjoy this one. Whether this helps you make up your mind whether you're going to purchase it or not, that is entirely up to you. Anyway, I'll see you again for another review later. Take it easy.